Let's face it, not all thieves are masterminds. Some think they've got it all figured out, only to have their plans hilariously backfire. From getting caught in the act to pulling off the most ridiculous stunts, these thieves definitely didn't expect things to go the way they did. Let's look into some of the funniest moments when crime took a totally unexpected turn. Number 1. Smashing exit. In Australia, a would-be bag thief got a dose of instant karma when he tried to make a dramatic escape from a shopping center. After allegedly swiping a 50-year-old woman's purse, the man bolted, only to slam straight into a glass door he clearly didn't see. The collision knocked him flat, and let's just say his getaway plan didn't go as smoothly as he had hoped. The CCTV footage is equal parts jaw-dropping and laugh-worthy, capturing the moment he learned the hard way that some doors don't budge. Safe to say, crime doesn't always pay, but it sure can hurt. Number 2. Smart thief. A security cam caught a sneaky thief pulling off a hilariously bold move at an electronics store. At first glance, it looked like he was just walking out casually, but nope, he was walking backward, trying to avoid suspicion. The reason? He had a super thin LG TV tucked under his arm, and he figured the whole reverse walk trick might throw people off. Spoiler, it didn't. As soon as he got outside, he ditched the act and bolted with the TV. Honestly, you've got to give him points for creativity, even if the plan wasn't exactly foolproof. Number 3. Watch where you're going. On November 10, 2023, in Florida, cops got a call about a woman suspected of shoplifting. Turns out she worked at the Dunkin' Donuts in the same outlet mall where the alleged theft went down.
Buck, over there.
Wow.
Come here.
Oh, looks like... Stop! I need my phone. Show.
When the first officer showed up, she tried to pull a fast one by ducking into a nearby store to hide. Spoiler alert, it didn't work. The whole scene was caught on body cam. And let's just say it's not the kind of footage Duncan would want in a commercial. Number 4. Ninja thief. This wasn't a movie stunt. It was real life at an Australian petrol station. A car owner went full ninja mode to stop an alleged thief from stealing his ride in Darwin's Malac service station. CCTV footage shows the owner heading to pay when a guy sneaks out of the shadows, hops into the car, and starts driving off. But the owner wasn't having it. He launched himself feet first through the passenger window, stopping the thief in his tracks. Number 5. Swiper no swiping. Surveillance footage from a bank in Taizhou, East China, caught a thief learning the hard way why timing is everything. On a Sunday afternoon, an unemployed 27-year-old tried to snatch cash from a woman who was about to deposit it. But plot twist, 2 armed police officers just happened to be in the bank. The guy didn't get far before they tackled him to the ground like pros, leaving bystanders stunned. Turns out, this wasn't his first brush with the law. He'd been out of prison since July 2013 after serving 7 months. Looks like his luck just ran out again. Number 6. Crossdressing robber. Australian police released CCTV footage of a cross-dressing robber pulling off a bizarre fast food heist in Melbourne. Around 7:45 a.m. on Sunday, the man walked into a Laverton North restaurant, approached the counter, and demanded cash while holding what he claimed was a detonator, hidden in a paper cup, no less. Authorities found no evidence of an explosive device, but are taking the claims seriously. The guy made a messy getaway, dropping some of the cash along the way. Number 7. 84-year-old hero. This crazy moment shows 84-year-old Raul Munoz stopping a jewelry thief with a swift karate kick that took the guy straight to the ground. When Raul heard a shop assistant shouting, his instincts kicked in, literally. The thief's plan was foiled, but Raul took a nasty fall in the process. His wife? Not impressed. She let him know exactly how she felt about him putting himself in danger. Thankfully, Raul was fine. The thief got caught by staff, and justice was served. Number 8. Cane of Justice. An elderly man just pulled off a hero move that was caught on camera when he tripped an armed suspect fleeing from police. The quick-thinking grandpa, cane in hand, stepped in just as cops were chasing the suspect outside a library in Ohio. Police later revealed that the suspect, Sean Briggs, was carrying a 9mm pistol loaded with 29 rounds. Commander Scott Hyland, who was wearing the body cam, said the man's quick action may have saved lives, including the suspects. Sometimes, it's the most unexpected people who step up and make all the difference. Number 9. ATM thief. Thieves in Shelbyville went all out, using a truck and a chain to rip open an ATM. Now that's definitely a bold move to get their hands on some quick cash. Number 10. Phone thief. A notorious thief in Nairobi was caught on camera swiping a phone at a cyber cafe. He clearly didn't think anyone would notice. Guess he was wrong. A security camera was recording his each and every move. Number 11. Bad mom. A woman tried to pull off a stroller heist at a children's store in New Jersey, but she made a pretty big mistake. She left the child behind. Police say the incident happened at Bambi Baby in New Jersey, and the whole thing was caught on surveillance video. The footage shows 3 women walking into the store with kids, and one of them struggling to fold up a stroller. Once she manages to collapse it, she casually walks out the door, except she completely forgets the child she came in with. Yep, she walked right out, leaving the kid behind. Luckily, the staff quickly realized what happened and called the cops. The woman's plan may have backfired, but at least the child was safe and sound. Guess she wasn't planning to steal a kid along with the stroller. Number 12. Switched roles. A mom and daughter in Tulsa weren't about to let a gunman walk all over them when he tried to rob their liquor store. Ashley Lee and her mom, Tina Ring, turned the tables on the guy who barged in with a shotgun. After he helped himself to the cash, he tried to make his escape, but Ashley wasn't having it. She locked the door with a remote. Then, in a quick thinking move, she handed her mom a revolver. And when the robber came back toward them, Tina opened fire. The robber, clearly not expecting that, backed off, and the women were able to run to safety. Number 13. Carjacker. A suspected car thief in Florida made a pretty shocking move when he stole a car with a 2-year-old toddler still asleep in the back seat. The toddler's parents had parked in a driveway for a quick stop at a relative's house, leaving their little one behind. When the thief swiped the car, surveillance footage shows him dumping the toddler on the side of the road. Thankfully, Daryl Everman came across the abandoned child and took action. It's a lucky break for the toddler, but it's hard to imagine how anyone could leave a little kid just like that. Number 14. Hot water. These thieves really thought they were pulling off the perfect crime, but they got caught red-handed, or should we say, wet-handed. A trio of thieves stole a shark right out of its tank at the San Antonio Aquarium and tried to smuggle it out in a baby stroller. But their plan quickly went sideways when employees noticed something fishy, literally. A trail of water led straight from the aquarium to their getaway truck. It didn't take long for staff to catch on and realize they had a shark-napping situation on their hands. Safe to say, the thieves weren't getting away with this one. Number 15. Jewelry thief. Early one morning, a New York City jewelry store got hit in a big way when thieves made off with $500,000 worth of merchandise. The NYPD says it went down around 3:30 a.m. on Park Avenue. 3 suspects allegedly came prepared with a sledgehammer, smashing through 2 glass doors to break in. Once inside, surveillance footage shows them going to work, smashing display cases and grabbing as much jewelry as they could. It was a major heist, but with all the destruction they left behind, it didn't seem like they were exactly being subtle about it. Number 16. Badass Grandpa. An 85-year-old man in County Cork wasn't about to let a robbery go down without a fight. Dennis O'Connor was at Bar 1 Racing when a group of armed masked robbers stormed in. As one of them demanded the shop's safe contents, O'Connor didn't hesitate. He went straight for one of the thieves, wrestled with him, and then chased him out the door, using a chair as his weapon. The shop manager called it an incredible act of bravery, and honestly, it's hard to argue. This great-grandfather definitely wasn't afraid to stand up for what's right. Number 17. Never let them know your next move. This 77-year-old man wasn't about to let some masked thug rob him without a fight. Surveillance footage shows the elderly man at an ATM late at night when the mugger suddenly grabs him and demands his cash. But this wasn't your average easy target. The spry septuagenarian squared up, ready to throw down, and gave the mugger a look that basically said, "Come at me." Then he started throwing punches, landing some solid blows. It turns out that the robber wasn't prepared for this level of resistance and probably wasn't expecting to get beaten down by someone much older. Number 18. Purse snatcher. In Florida, Janelle wasn't about to let some thief get away with her purse while she was pumping gas. The crook grabbed it, and she wasn't having it. She jumped on top of the guy's car, trying to stop him. But he made off with about $2,000 worth of stuff. While Janelle jokes that the whole thing could have been a movie scene, she admits it could have turned out way worse. Looking back, I hope I never react like that again. He could have killed me, pulled a gun, or beaten me up, she says. Definitely a close call. Number 19. Fake customers. 3 thieves pulled off a bold jewelry heist in broad daylight in New York City, and it was all caught on surveillance footage. The crooks, who posed as customers, quickly pulled out guns and forced employees to the ground at the Avian and Comer store in the Diamond District. After tying the workers up with zip ties and duct tape, they grabbed as much as $4 million worth of gems and jewelry. Number 20. Home invasion. A Florida homeowner wasn't about to let a home invasion go down without a fight. Police say 3 men showed up at the front door in Escambia County, and when the homeowner answered, 2 of them barged inside. But things quickly took a turn. The homeowner fired a gun at the intruders, and the video from the doorbell cam shows all 3 men scrambling to run away. The quick-thinking homeowner stopped the robbery in its tracks, and now the police are on the lookout for the suspects. Definitely not the kind of welcome they were expecting. Number 21. Jet ski thief. Some Volusia County Sheriff's deputies got an unexpected ride while chasing down a jet ski thief. While they were in pursuit, a couple of citizens offered them a lift on their boat, and the deputies gladly accepted. It didn't take long for them to spot the stolen jet ski, but the suspect had a bit of a problem. He couldn't swim. So, the deputies helped him out and made the arrest. Not exactly how he planned to spend his day on the water, but he definitely wasn't getting away without some help from the cops. Number 22. Fight back. James Sue, the owner of Car Care Auto Spa in Chicago, had a close call during an attempted robbery. The suspect walked in, asked for money, but James refused to open the register. After some back and forth, the thief started messing with his gun. That's when James realized the gun wasn't working, so he decided to take it from the guy. "I just reached out and grabbed it," James said, though he admitted, "It wasn't my best decision." Luckily, he got the gun away and walked away unharmed, but that's definitely one risky move. Number 23. Burglar fail. A thief outside Washington, D.C. had a pretty bold plan to steal cash by using a backhoe to break into an ATM. But before he could get to the bank, he had to first steal the heavy machinery. Once he got his hands on the backhoe, he drove it about 5 miles to the bank, ready to bust open the ATM. The only problem? His big plan didn't work. Police say the thief failed to break into the ATM, and now they're on the lookout for him. Guess all that heavy equipment didn't help him get away with anything. Number 24. Test drive gone wrong. A man in Canada got run over by his own Porsche while trying to sell it. Peel Regional Police say the suspect pretended to be interested in buying the luxury car, then took the owner for a test drive in the Porsche Cayenne SUV. When they stopped, the victim got out of the passenger seat, but the suspect stayed behind the wheel. As the owner moved behind the car, the thief suddenly reversed, hitting him. Now, police are warning people to stay cautious when selling stuff online. Guess this seller learned the hard way to always be on guard. Number 25. Alleged shoplifter. A sharp-eyed store employee in Beaverton, Oregon, caught a woman she suspected of shoplifting. When the woman started emptying out her purse, the employee was stunned to see it stuffed with items from the store. The suspect tried to make a run for it, but the employee wasn't having it. She wrestled the bag back from her. This incident comes right as New York City Mayor Eric Adams introduced a new plan to tackle the rise in bold robberies. Looks like some store workers are stepping up to stop thieves in their tracks, no matter where they are. Number 26. Thief in Rudolph costume. It seems Santa's reindeer have taken a dark turn, or at least one of them. A thief in Colorado, dressed as Rudolph, was caught on security cameras stealing from a local business. Instead of spreading holiday cheer, this red-nosed culprit was grabbing goods. At one point, they even took off the giant Rudolph head, but eventually put it back on. To make light of the situation, the cops wrote their own version of Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, turning it into a hilarious parody about the thief's shady scheme. Number 27. Lemonade stand. An 11-year-old boy, Liam, is crushed after someone swiped his lemonade stand. He had been running it for over a year near his home in San Diego, saving up for a dirt bike. While stepping away for a moment to grab cups, a gray pickup truck pulled up, loaded the table, chairs, and even tossed out his sign before driving off. Liam came back just in time to see his stand disappearing down the road, letting out a heartbroken cry. His parents, Carrie and Leonard, are trying to stay optimistic, thinking maybe the person mistook the setup for free roadside items. Number 28. Jugging Incident. A new crime wave called jugging is on the rise, and it's scary stuff. Here's how it works. Thieves target people after they leave banks or high-end stores, then follow them, waiting for the perfect moment to strike, usually when the victim steps out of their car. One Houston man, Cameron, shared his experience. He unknowingly had a Ford Escape tailing him for about 30 minutes as he went to different spots. The thief finally broke into his car when he stopped for a sandwich, laser focused on finding something valuable. They grabbed a bank pouch but ended up with nothing, since Cameron had already deposited the checks it used to hold. Number 29. Stolen car. A crazy scene went down in California when cops were after a guy driving a stolen pickup truck. He was wanted for assaulting a police officer after allegedly backing into a squad car during a traffic stop. At one point, during the chaos, someone watching the whole thing even gave the driver a fist bump. Number 30. Stealing Legos. There's been a crazy rise in Lego thefts lately, with Lego stores across the US becoming prime targets. Thieves are snatching up popular sets, especially the limited edition ones, and flipping them online for big bucks, sometimes even thousands. In Las Vegas, a Lego store called Bricks and Minifigs has already been hit 4 times since opening just a year ago. In one robbery, a guy grabbed several expensive Lego sets from the top shelf and ran out, while in another, 2 guys took off with around $1,800 worth of Legos. Number 31. Burglars. A guy in a fedora was caught on security footage climbing a post to unscrew a light bulb, then popping a window screen to break into a house. He crawled inside and came out with box after box. Turns out, he was stealing gifts from a bridal shower, things like towels, plates, and silverware. And he wasn't alone. There was a woman helping him. The bride, Stephanie, had to delay her wedding for a year because of the pandemic, and now this happened. Number 3. Grandpa with an axe. These workers were just doing their jobs when this grandpa shows up with an axe. He tries to disrupt them and attack their truck, only to end up falling on his knees. Number 4. Robber returns. Empty-handed. This thief walked into a store with the most confidence on his face. He walks up to an employee, threatening and pushing him around, but not soon after a man comes and hits him real hard from behind. He drops his loot and rushes for the door. Number 5. Fuel thief. Chased by police. This car attempted to flee the petrol station without paying for fuel. He didn't realize his decision would bite him in the back. If only he'd bothered to turn around, he would have seen a whole other police jeep behind him. The police car chased him the second he began to flee. Vandalizing a driving car. This man vandalized the back of a truck, but he doesn't realize the driver can see him. A few seconds in, the driver reverses, almost hitting the vandalizer who begins to flee. American flag thief injures himself. This footage shows a man struggling to steal an American flag outside someone's home. Even after he finally manages to pull it out, he gets hit with instant karma as he walks past the house's gate. He trips over, injures himself, and walks away with the worst limp. Parcel stealer slips. This guy was driving around and stealing packages from the doorsteps of random houses. However, while he was running away with one of the stolen packages, he got some well-deserved instant karma for it. He slipped and fell. Bad driver gets pulled over. This driver tries to cut off a motorcyclist on the road, but immediately gets pulled over by the cops. Aggressive biker falls. This biker kicks a car as he passes by it, but instantly falls over. Dumb theft. These two not-so-bright criminals spot a security camera, but decide to linger around anyway, like they're waiting for an engraved invitation. When the homeowner answers the door, they boldly walk inside as if they're joining a house party. Not long after, one of them is swiftly marched back out, courtesy of the homeowner's fists. The wannabe thief finally escapes, likely rethinking his life choices and regretting this poorly chosen target. Banana fight. In San Francisco, a crazy shoplifting incident at a Walgreens turned into a full-on banana battle. The thief was caught filling his bag behind the counter when he bumped into a customer on his way out, knocking their phone from their hand. Things escalated quickly when the thief threw a banana at the customer, challenging them with, "What, you want to go?" The customer fired back by tossing even more bananas at the thief, hitting him in the back. Number 39, nice robber. An armed robber at a Little Caesars in Michigan tried to pull off a stick-up, but he was oddly polite about it. Surveillance footage shows the man asking the employee to please open the safe and explaining he was doing it because his kids need Christmas. He even apologized, saying, "I'm very sorry for doing this." The suspect asked the employee to open the registers and put the cash in a backpack. A witness described the man as being very polite during the whole thing, which is a strange twist to an otherwise typical robbery. Number 40, not very discreet. An Atlanta man tried to steal a TV from Target, but things quickly went downhill for him. Around 5:30 p.m. on August 7th, police got a call about a shoplifter at a Target in Northeast Atlanta. When officers arrived, a security guard told them the guy had already stolen one TV, only to come back moments later and grab a more expensive one. As cops started searching, they spotted him pushing the cart with the TV. The suspect, wearing a white shirt and brown pants, raised his hands before bolting back inside the store. A struggle with officers ensued, and after a few minutes, backup arrived to help apprehend him. During the scuffle, the suspect screamed, "I didn't mean it!" and begged, "I don't want to go to jail." Comment down below and let me know. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time. Goodbye.